Welcome in. Thanks for joining me. This is going to be our wrap up. So Module 8, here we go. And there's just the one assignment for Module 8 this week, which is the Module 8 discussion board. And this discussion board focuses on recognizing the ways we can engage and encourage sustainable development across the 3 pillars of sustainability. So this discussion board really gives us a great opportunity to share how we've grown in understanding sustainability, to highlight the steps that resonated most with us that were presented in the Module 8 resources, and then to describe actions we can take in our own local communities. So let's get started by briefly looking at each component of the discussion board, and then we'll look at the grading rubric. Okay, here we go. In this discussion board, you're going to have the opportunity to share how you've grown in understanding sustainability, to highlight the steps that resonated the most with you in those resources that were shared in the module, and to describe the actions you can take in your own local community. So for your initial post, you're going to respond to 3 prompts, and here's what they ask you to do. First, they ask you to describe how your ideas about sustainability have evolved as a result of what we've learned in this course. That's a lot to think about. Then, second, to consider the sustainability steps that were highlighted in the resources, things like farm-to-table foods, reducing wasted electricity, and cutting back on carbon emissions. Which of them resonated with you, and how can you take action on them? And then finally, the third part of that initial post asks you to share ideas for actions you can take to encourage your local community to become more sustainable. As always, please remember to practice using key vocabulary terms that we've learned along the way in the course, and make sure that you're connecting what you're telling us in the post with examples. So be sure that you do address all 3 of those prompts. Then for your 2 response posts, you're going to want to select original posts that focus on ideas and actions that really resonate with you. And you guys have done such a fantastic job of coming up with topics and ideas throughout the entirety of this course. So I'm sure that there are going to be lots of those posts to select from. So here are a few things to consider as you draft your response posts. First of all, consider the likely outcomes to the actions the original post presented. Specifically, what impact would they have on local sustainability? And then second, how do you think the residents of the community that the original post talks about, how can they be encouraged to promote sustainability? And what impact would it have if it was a successful action? So 2 great things to talk about as you're reflecting on the original post in your response posts. All right, let's take a look at this discussion board rubric. You guys know this thing like the back of your hands at this point because you've seen it. Now this is the 7th time you've seen it, but I'm still going to go through it row by row and describe specific to this assignment what I'll be looking for when I score your posts. So the first row, comprehension. In your initial post, did you reflect on how your understanding of sustainability practices has grown as a result of taking the course? And did you share your thoughts on the sustainability practices that were shared in the module resources? And then did you provide examples to support what you can do to help engage your community? As always, timeliness, simply put, did you make that first post by the end of the day on Thursday? And especially with this one, I want to really encourage you to post early. We'd have a great opportunity to have a really lively and fruitful discussion there in the discussion board as we wrap up the course. Then on engagement, this one, of course, relates to your response posts. In those response posts, were you thoughtful about your analysis of the original post? Were you able to expand on the ideas that were shared in the original post? And then did you address how residents of the local community could promote sustainability by using examples? Okay. Finally, last row on here, of course, is writing. Are your posts clear, concise, and easy to understand? Really hope that you've taken the opportunity throughout these 8 modules to think about your writing. You're going to continue to be writing, to be doing discussion boards and writing assignments throughout your academic career. And so you should be thinking about how you can improve your writing. And I hope this course has provided opportunities for you to do just that. All right, back here to our thinking forward picture of sustainability. Here we've got the hand of the robot, perhaps helping us to be more sustainable into the future. We'll see if that actually happens. But I want to thank you for your engagement in the course, and especially your engagement in the discussion boards. I think they've been really excellent opportunities for us to reflect on our own practices, to learn forward, and I hope you do too. Thanks very much. I wish you all the best.